Libra, my dearest soul, tomorrow, November 5th, a mysterious woman will enter your life and change everything. This is your turning point. You didn't find this video by accident. You were drawn here by something greater, an invisible thread pulling you toward the message your soul has been waiting for. Whether you realize it or not, this is divine timing. And what you do next could rewrite your destiny. So let me ask you this: have you ever felt that something powerful is approaching, but you can't quite explain it? Perhaps you've had a strange dream lately. Or maybe a name from your past has surfaced out of nowhere. Maybe your intuition is whispering louder than usual. Libra, these are not random moments. They are signs. Subtle, sacred, and undeniable. This is a deep horoscope reading for your zodiac sign, crafted with love and spiritual precision. It is guided by astrology, energy work, the law of attraction, and the healing frequency of divine timing. And today's message? It's one you don't want to miss. Because tomorrow, on November 5th, a woman one you may or may not recognize will come into your orbit. It could be someone new. It could be someone from your past. It could even be a version of yourself, rising from within. But no matter how she arrives, her presence will activate something dormant in you. And everything will begin to shift. This woman is not just a person. She is a symbol. She represents intuition, truth, disruption, healing, and higher purpose. She may show up as a mentor, a challenger, a messenger, or a reflection of the power you've been hiding from. This energy is no coincidence. It is aligned with Libra's ruling planet Venus, and amplified by the transformative undertones of Scorpio season. It brings forward themes of rebirth, clarity, and emotional liberation. The card of Justice, your signature arcana, has surfaced in this reading. It asks you to make a decision. To choose truth over fear. Alignment over comfort. Evolution over repetition. And I want you to know, you are not alone in this. We are walking this journey together. You, me, and thousands of other Libras around the world who are being called to rise into their purpose. Before we go deeper, let me take a moment to thank you. Truly. Thank you for being here. Your presence, your likes, your comments, your energy, these are not small things. They are the light that keeps the flame of this channel burning. Every share and every subscription helps us send more healing messages to those who need it most. You are part of that mission. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. But Libra, don't go anywhere just yet. Because what the universe is about to reveal in this reading is stunning. I promise this goes beyond predictions. This is activation. You're not just here to hear something. You're here to remember who you are. So stay with me until the very end. I'll guide you through every step, every sign, every insight, because this isn't just about her. It's about you, becoming who you were always meant to be. And now, I invite you to ground this moment. Take a breath. Place your hand over your heart. And in the comments below, write the number 7 if you feel that this message, this timing, this woman, and this new chapter is already calling to you. Let's begin. Sometimes, the turning point doesn't arrive with noise, it arrives in silence, like a whisper just loud enough for your soul to hear. That is the kind of energy we're stepping into now. When we speak of a mysterious woman entering your life on November 5th, it's not just about the presence of another person. It's about the activation of something sacred within you. This woman may appear externally, yes, a mentor, a challenger, a messenger. But she may also rise from within, as a wiser, braver, more honest version of yourself. One that has been patiently waiting for you to come home to her. Astrologically, this moment is delicately tuned. Venus, your ruling planet, governs beauty, relationships, and self-worth. Its influence isn't loud, it's magnetic, intuitive, and emotionally intelligent. With the current Scorpio lunar energy unfolding at this time, the themes become even more potent: hidden truths, suppressed desires, emotional rebirth. Scorpio does not tolerate falsehoods, especially not in the heart. And so, the universe is asking you, Libra, can you face what you've been avoiding? Can you allow the truth to surface, even if it shakes the identity you've carefully constructed? The appearance of the Justice card in this reading isn't just symbolic, it's a spiritual intervention. Justice is not about punishment or reward, it is about alignment. The scales must balance. And if you've been living in a way that tilts the scale too far, whether through self-denial, people-pleasing, or spiritual stagnation, this is the moment to course correct. You are being asked to choose illusion or truth, stagnancy or growth, avoidance or accountability. What makes this energy so profound is not just the timing, but the gentle urgency it carries. It doesn't push, it invites. It calls you to stop waiting for someone else to define your worth or give you permission to change. It reminds you that you are not stuck. You are not lost. You are in the middle of a sacred turning point, and everything you need is already within you, just waiting for your yes. In the busyness of modern life, we often miss the divine appointments placed right in our path. We pray for miracles, but overlook the people or moments God uses to bring them. And maybe this woman, whether she comes as a conversation, a reconnection, or a sudden mirror into your own truth, is that miracle in disguise. Sometimes God's greatest interventions are not thunderous, but tender. They arrive through ordinary doors with extraordinary timing. You're not being asked to have all the answers right now. You're simply being asked to pause, listen, and lean into what is unfolding. Let go of the need to control how the change comes, and instead prepare your heart for the moment it arrives. Think of it like a garden. You don't force the bloom, you make space for it. You water. You trust. You wait. And then one morning, it appears. This mysterious woman, in whatever form she comes, is not your rescue. She is your reflection. She is the evidence that your prayers have been heard and that your timeline is aligning. You were never meant to walk this chapter alone, and you won't. If something inside you feels tender right now, Libra, that's not weakness, it's awareness. It's your inner knowing catching up with divine timing. The shift you felt coming is real. And your only job is to choose what aligns, release what doesn't, and welcome what is next with open eyes and a willing heart. One of the most unexpected yet powerful doorways to transformation comes through money, not just in what you earn or spend, but in what your relationship with money reveals about your self-worth, priorities, and readiness to expand. For Libra, this week brings a very clear energetic shift in the financial realm. With the Ace of Pentacles surfacing in your reading, a tangible opportunity is preparing to emerge, but it will require your active participation, not just your hopes. In the language of tarot, The Ace of Pentacles is a divine seed, a beginning point with the potential for abundance, stability, and long-term security. However, like all seeds, it must be nurtured and not neglected. This is not passive luck. This is sacred responsibility. Libra is ruled by Venus, a planet that governs value in every sense of the word, how we value ourselves, others, time, beauty, and yes, our money. With Venus activated right now and weaving through aspects that emphasize practicality and resourcefulness, the universe is encouraging you to look closely at what you're cultivating. Are your current financial habits supporting the version of you you're becoming, or are they simply keeping you comfortable in a version that feels safe but stagnant? This moment invites an honest and compassionate financial inventory. Not in a spirit of guilt, but of empowerment. There's a powerful opportunity here to realign your money with your mission. That might mean reducing impulsive spending or creating a budget that reflects both your necessities and your dreams. It could mean finally starting the business you've been journaling about for years, or investing in a course or tool that expands your skills and confidence. Financial growth isn't always about making more, it's often about using what you already have with greater wisdom and purpose. As someone who has worked with thousands of clients in spiritual and practical coaching, I've seen this pattern countless times. When someone shifts their mindset from lack and guilt to clarity and intention, the external world begins to mirror that shift in unexpected ways. A job offer appears. A client returns. A refund is issued. Money that was stuck begins to flow. This isn't magic, it's alignment. And that alignment begins with choice. There's also a deeper layer at play. In a world that is constantly asking us to prove our worth through achievement or income, real healing comes when we recognize that we are already worthy before the paycheck, before the result. Your financial life is not just a ledger, it's a reflection of the stories you've been told about what's possible for you. And you get to rewrite that narrative, starting now. In faith-based practice, there's a gentle but profound principle, that when we honor what we've been given, more is entrusted to us. That doesn't mean forcing productivity or chasing outcomes. It means showing up in integrity. Being intentional. Practicing gratitude, even for the smallest gains. And asking yourself daily, am I being a good steward of what's in my hands right now? Perhaps the breakthrough you've been praying for doesn't come all at once, but as a series of small, wise decisions that build momentum over time. Perhaps your abundance isn't waiting in the future, it's already been placed in front of you, disguised as a choice you've been avoiding. What if you said yes to that opportunity, that plan, that internal nudge this week? What might begin to shift? Libra, your invitation is clear. Review your habits. Reflect on your desires. Respond with courage. The golden light of this week's energy is not a distant glow, it's a spotlight illuminating the next small but mighty step toward the future you're worthy of. Sometimes, the past doesn't knock like a storm. It comes gently like a familiar scent in the air, a memory tucked into a song, or a dream that feels too vivid to ignore. When the Six of Cups appears alongside death and judgment, the message is clear. Something or someone from the past is stirring, and it's not to pull you backward, it's to remind you how far you've already come. These cards don't just speak of nostalgia, they invite a reckoning. A soul-level reflection of what shaped you, what hurt you, and what parts of yourself you left behind trying to survive it. There's often a moment in our journey where we feel we've outgrown who we once were, but the energy of that version still lingers. You may find yourself wondering, why is this resurfacing now? The answer is rarely punishment. Instead, it's often a sacred checkpoint. The universe isn't trying to bring you back into the pain, it's showing you that you're strong enough now to witness it without losing yourself in it. You've evolved, Libra. Your response today won't be the same as it once was. That's the power of transformation. In astrology, this type of return is aligned with what we call emotional echoes, times when planetary movements trigger memories or themes we thought we had buried. But they don't come up to haunt you, they come up so you can complete the cycle. The Scorpio energy in the air this week amplifies this, Scorpio being the sign of regeneration, emotional truth, and ultimate release. Death in tarot is never about literal endings, it's about surrendering what's expired to make space for what's next. And Judgment? That's your soul's call to rise, to release the weight of the past with clarity and compassion. From a healing perspective, this moment is less about reliving the past and more about reclaiming the parts of you that were lost in it. That dream you had? That message you received? That unexpected encounter or emotional wave that caught you off guard? Pay attention. These are not coincidences. They are mirrors held up to your heart, not to break you, but to show you what's still tender and ready to be healed. It's in these moments that many of my clients realize they've been waiting for closure from someone who may never offer it. And that's okay. Closure isn't always a conversation, it can be a quiet decision you make with yourself, a promise to no longer carry what's not yours. That is the true liberation offered by Judgment, the courage to forgive yourself for the ways you coped when you didn't yet know better. There's a gentle wisdom I've seen reflected in the most resilient people. They don't pretend the past didn't happen, but they stop giving it the power to define what happens next. That is where faith begins to grow, not in the absence of wounds, but in the decision to walk forward anyway. Like a garden touched by winter, there is still life beneath the surface. Renewal is not always visible at first, but it is always beginning. So if you've been sensing the past stirring, don't fear it. Meet it with softness. Let it show you where you've grown. Let it bring the final lessons forward, not so you can relive the old story, but so you can close the book with gratitude and begin writing the next one in your own voice. Libra, you are not who you used to be. And the fact that your past has found its way to your present is not a setback, it's an opportunity to recognize the strength, grace, and healing you now hold. You're allowed to acknowledge what once was, and still step boldly into what will be. Love often arrives not as a dramatic entrance, but as a gentle invitation, quiet, almost imperceptible, until it suddenly asks you to feel again. When the Two of Cups appears alongside the star and the sun, the message isn't just about romance. It's about alignment, healing, and being willing to open the most sacred parts of yourself again. These cards together offer one of the most profound emotional combinations in tarot. They don't guarantee a love story in the way we're conditioned to expect. Instead, they ask, are you truly available for the kind of connection your soul actually longs for? You see, the Two of Cups isn't about fleeting chemistry or surface-level attraction. It's about soul recognition. That quiet moment when your heart knows someone before your mind even catches up. When you're seen not for who you've tried to be, but for who you are beneath all the masks. And yet, for so many people I've worked with, this kind of connection can feel more terrifying than thrilling. Because deep down, many are still carrying an unconscious belief that love will cost them their freedom, their peace, or their safety. But the appearance of the star and the sun softens that fear. The star speaks of hope, not blind optimism, but the kind that is born after loss, after disillusionment, after heartbreak. It reminds you that healing is possible, and that you are worthy of love even if you've been through seasons where you doubted it. And the sun brings clarity. It exposes truth, but with warmth. It's that kind of love that doesn't just touch your skin, it reaches your nervous system. It calms. It restores. It reminds you that joy is not too much to ask for. Whether you're currently single or navigating an existing relationship, this energetic window asks you to get honest with yourself. Are you holding on to old patterns or people out of fear? Are you still defining love based on what hurt you rather than what could heal you? These aren't easy questions, but they're necessary ones. Because real love, expansive, equal, anchored love requires emotional availability. It asks that you lay down your armor, not all at once, but one layer at a time. It doesn't demand perfection, just presence. In this space, I often hear people say they're waiting for God to send them a sign, or for the right person to appear. And while timing is sacred, so is preparation. The truth is, sometimes the miracle we're praying for is already nearby, we're just not emotionally positioned to receive it. If your heart is still locked behind fear, even the most aligned love will feel overwhelming. This is why the soul doesn't just call in love, it calls in readiness. And readiness doesn't always look like confidence. Sometimes it's quiet willingness. A shift in posture. The decision to soften rather than shut down. It's choosing to believe that this time could be different because you are different. Because you've grown. Because you've done the inner work. Because you're no longer trying to be loved by someone else, you're learning to love yourself, fully and faithfully. So if someone new appears in your world soon, or if your current relationship begins to shift in tone, pay attention. Notice what your body feels. Trust the pull. And above all, listen to how you speak to yourself in that moment. Are you encouraging the connection? Or protecting yourself from the very thing you've been asking for? Libra, love is never a reward for perfection, it's an invitation into deeper truth. You don't have to be fearless to receive it. You just have to be present enough to say, I'm willing. And if you are, then you've already taken the most important step. There's a moment in every journey when you realize the most profound shift isn't happening outside of you, it's taking root within. As we move deeper into the message of this reading, it becomes clear that the woman you've been waiting for, the change you've been sensing, and the transformation you've been resisting, are all reflections of the same truth. You are ready to become the writer of your own destiny. This isn't just poetic sentiment, it's an energetic truth backed by both cosmic alignment and emotional readiness. The Empress card, which now makes her sacred appearance in your reading, is not just about fertility or creation in the literal sense. She represents the archetype of empowered receptivity, of becoming the fertile soil for everything your soul longs to grow. In astrology, Venus rules Libra, and the Empress is deeply connected to Venusian energy, grace, abundance, sensuality, and self-worth. But the question she brings isn't just, what do you want to manifest? It's, do you believe you're worthy of receiving it? And that's where the real work begins. The most powerful seed you can plant is the one rooted in self-trust. Because without that, every goal becomes a chase rather than a calling, and every dream feels like something you must earn rather than something you are naturally aligned with. As we stand on the threshold of November 5th, we also encounter the sacred vibration of the number 7 in numerology, a number tied to inner wisdom, spiritual alignment, and the deeper truth behind appearances. This isn't about external success. It's about soul clarity. About listening to the quiet voice within that has always known what you came here to do. That voice gets louder when you slow down, when you breathe with intention, when you remove yourself from noise and expectation. This is why, at times like these, I always encourage grounding rituals, not for the sake of ritual alone, but to create space for clarity. Waking up on the morning of the 5th, take 7 minutes to sit in silence. Focus only on your breath. Then, with a gentle hand on your heart, write down what you are ready to let go of. Is it a pattern? A fear? A version of yourself that no longer fits? Let your journal page hold it, even if you can't yet say it out loud. Release creates room. And what you release today will become the soil for what blooms tomorrow. And yes, let's talk about the law of attraction here, but not in the oversimplified sense. This isn't about forcing positive thinking. It's about alignment. What you magnetize is a reflection of what you believe you deserve. Writing down your desires at 11:11 on November 5th isn't just trendy, it's symbolic. That number is an energetic gateway. A moment when the veil between what is and what can be is thinner. So when you write, write with honesty. With emotion. With presence. And then speak your truth aloud. Say, I welcome what is meant for me with an open heart. That simple act can shift your vibration more than you realize. From a healing perspective, this is a time not just to dream but to take action in ways that nurture your physical body and emotional well-being. Warm foods like pumpkin, turmeric, and ginger aren't just seasonal, they help regulate your digestion and boost your internal energy flow, both physically and energetically. These aren't magic ingredients theory, reminders that small daily choices create a larger field of wellness and attraction. So Libra, this isn't just a reading. It's an invitation. A mirror. A soft, powerful nudge from the universe reminding you, the pen is in your hand. The page is blank. And the future is not something happening to you, it's something awakening through you. You are the seed, the soil, and the sunlight. And all the universe is asking is, what will you grow next? Libra, if you've made it here to the end, I want to speak directly to your heart, because what you're about to step into is not just another phase of your life. It's the beginning of a rewritten destiny. And not because someone else is coming to rescue you, but because you are finally ready to show up fully for yourself. Tomorrow, November 5th, will not just be another date on the calendar. It will be a threshold. A quiet yet profound spiritual doorway where the energy of change, clarity, and calling converge. A mysterious woman may appear, yes, but more importantly, you will appear. In your highest form. In your fullest light. And the world will begin to reflect that back to you. The Empress energy in this reading, the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, the Justice card, none of these are coincidences. They are sacred confirmations. You are no longer the version of yourself that accepted less than you deserved. You are not bound to the choices you made in fear, nor are you stuck in the stories others once wrote for you. You are the author now. The editor. The visionary. And this is your blank page. The question is, will you write with doubt or with faith? Will you choose safety or surrender? Will you move through this portal with hesitation or with the quiet fire of knowing who you really are? I know it takes courage to say, "I'm ready," especially when you can't yet see the full path. But trust this clarity follows movement. Breakthrough follows decision. Transformation follows your willingness to step into the unknown with open hands and an open heart. So what will you choose to believe about yourself after today? What truth are you ready to live out loud? What is the first action, no matter how small, that you can take to welcome this next chapter with grace? I hope you take what we explored here and truly make it your own. Don't let these words just pass through your mind, let them take root. Come back to them if you need to. Repeat them like a quiet prayer. Whisper them to the version of you who's still unsure. And then act, even if it's imperfect. Even if it's just a breath of intention. That's where miracles begin. Thank you for being here, Libra. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for giving me the honor of guiding you through this powerful message. Every like, every comment, every share, and every moment of your presence is what keeps this sacred space at Zodiac Whisper Tarot alive and glowing. From the depths of my heart, I am so grateful. If this message touched something within you, I invite you to affirm it in the comments right now by writing, "I am ready to rewrite my destiny in light." Not only will it ground your energy, but it might also be the very thing that inspires another Libra to rise. And if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who might need a reminder of their power. Because this light is not just for you, it's meant to ripple. As you move into November 5th, I pray that clarity guides your decisions, that grace softens your steps, and that something beautiful beyond your expectations begins to unfold. You are not here by accident. You are here because the universe is ready. And it's been waiting for you to be ready too. So take a breath. Say yes. And watch what happens next.